So with the new super heavy samurai cards, decks like this become a deck that is playable. So which is funny. I like playing Deskbots in 2024. But this is just like Earth Machine combo basically. It's just Earth Machines but good. Like it uses the same like principles, like where you get this, search this, and this. It uses these as just like combo starters, extenders, insulation with these. The Vernusylphs just like get you to loop. This isn't a once per turn. You're just looping the 002. So whatever. Let's get into the deck list. We've got the super heavy cards, obviously. Triple Wakashi, triple bike, one booster, one Benkei. This can get you like to the Gigant to search for 003 or 002 or whatever you need. If you already have those, you can just go Burrito, summon this, go into Baron, or you can summon Burrito and then go into the Ballista, which is why I prefer this. Another reason I prefer this over just playing just playing XL Synchro Stardust is, for one, you'd have to start with the bike in order for that to work. I mean, granted, you do not have to run this brick, but like it's whatever. Like a lot of the times, if you do open this, you can just discard it for a Vernusylph, so who cares? And then yeah, it uses like this, you go the 5s into the Nova Infinity. Genius is insane. It searches you Regulus. It is also really good going second. The fact that it's unaffected is really funny. Going second with this deck is annoying because you're very often locked into Earth, so you can't make use of a lot of generic going second extra deck cards. Like I have Zeus in here because you can make a Zeus. Like you can go with the Wakashi into Baguska, attack and make a Zeus, which is like cool. These can make a 4 material Zeus, but you wouldn't be able to use it because you would have had to use a Vernusylph in order to get to Nova anyways. I could conceivably play a light machine target like Invoked Mechaba, but actually now that I think about that, that wouldn't work because in order to get to Nova you have to use a Vernusylph, so you're just going to be locked and you won't be able to activate the Nova. Osa is cool. Beyond the Pendulum. So I'm gonna remove this card like today. Like I just don't know what else I'd put in here, honestly. Like really, there's not much else I want to put in here. This comes up, potentially could come up. You can make it with bike and whatever. Elf is cool. Elf is really good going second mostly. Because this is a 2, not once per turn, so you just go normal this, special this, search, link off into Elf, special this, search, and then now you don't have your untargetable zones, which is super helpful going second. I guess you can play around Imperm, but like, everyone's going to be Imperming this anyways, I would imagine, because it's got a good effect. It's like special a Deskbot from deck? No. Ratios here are like a little, you can futz with them, like, you don't need 3-0-2. I mean, you kind of do. I would recommend playing 3, but you only need 2 for like the mains. I mean, you only really need 1, but like a lot of the times I'm going through 2 in one combo, and the third one just like stays in the deck. But drawing it is part of some of your 2 card combos. This is like, these are like not necessary. I like this. This card is cool. Because if you draw just a bunch of Vernusylphs, you can basically just, like, if you draw both of these, you can basically just search any Earth monster in the deck, which is fun. This card, I am maxed out on, like, all the instantly usable Vernusylphs, like, all the Vernusylphs that I can just use start of main phase, I am maxed out on. This is not a necessary card. You don't even need to play this at all. I probably don't need to play this. You can, like, if you want to minimize and play, like, other stuff, you can just play 3, 3, 1. You could also throw in the Vernusylph level 8. For like going second, but I opted, like, I don't have really room for it. Like, I want to play it, but not really anything I could cut. Like, I could cut this, but like, and then play XL Synchro, but I don't want to do that. You could play Psyframe your Gamma. That's an option. That would be pretty good, probably. But I'm just like, on the hand trap, I'm just like anti-Maxi, and then I guess technically also anti-Maxi, but this deck dies to Droll, so like, this is good for anti-Maxi and like, in like Punkled Pride, for example. That deck gets hurt by Droll, but you can play under Droll. You can do like normal Zeoman, do your one search, and then you can go like Dragite, Sharakusai. That's 2 interruptions. If your opponent maxes you, you can Droll them so they don't keep drawing, and you get to at least down on the 2 disruptions. But I'm not here to talk about Punkled Pride, I'm here to talk about Deskbot. So yeah, Droll is good because Super Heavy is a deck right now that is kind of everywhere. For a little while it will be. It's probably going to fall off once people keep getting Maxed and Drolled and not be able to play Called By and Crosshead. But that's not that's not right now. People are playing this deck now with Super Heavies, so you want to main the Droll because it's good. Ash is for Maxi only. If Maxi was banned, I wouldn't be playing this. Extra deck, we've got Nat Beast, because you make that with these 2 in your combo. These 2 make Nat Beast. Beret summons this, makes Baron. Summons this, makes Ballista. Baron, it's Baron. Gear Gigant, make with this. Search like this, or this. Baguska if you get Max Seed, and it's also a good Zeus pilot. Nova Infinity, that's for these guys. You summon both these, you pen these both out to like and for the Genius as well. Zeus is there for whatever. Genius, you pen summon the 2 5s out of your hand into the Genius zone. That searches Regulus. Then you're going to make these off the 2 5s. Ausa, it's good for link climbing into Goddess going second. Can summon back Fenrir, which is like a big thing, although that's going to probably fall off a lot. Not many decks are going to be playing Fenrir anymore. Like I would play Fenrir in this deck if it was not limited, because I would play 2 Fenrir. Fenrir, search Fenrir. You have Fenrir, you can discard Fenrir for the Vernusylphs. You can summon the Fenrir back off the Vernusylphs if they get rid of it. Ballista searches this searches any Deskbot. This, I'd find something else to play there. I'm not finding something else, like it's okay, but I'm probably never going to ever make it, ever. Elf is good, summon back the Deskbot 002, summon back the Tuner for synchro plays, Appaloosa, end board, Goddess going second, deck list, yep, that's it, combos now. First main combo I'm going to demonstrate is Bike / Kaushi plus 003. Start. Kaushi, scale, special. This is gonna do this, standard stuff, add Soul Gaia, equip, special. And here you go again, search. You do this. Burrito. Kaushi. Burrito. Chain that wrong, by the way. Chain it the other way, so you're chain block from Ash. Summon. Scale. Normal. 003. Special. 002. 002. Add 005. Ha! I can just make Nat Beast here. That'd be hilarious, wouldn't it? Anyways, it's not that. That's not the play. I guess no, that wouldn't work. You have to go for this. Ballista. Add box. Add 005. Genius. I guess you could use this just to keep the tuner on board. Potentially would be something you could do. It doesn't matter. Penned. Oh, I get to guaranteed pen this. That would be pretty good, actually. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you just get to penned, that gets you to Baron de Fleur. And you could chain block if you want by using this to pop one of your skills. Regulus. Nova, Infinity, Apo, and Regulus, targeting whatever the hell you want, doesn't really matter. Equip. And that's the board. It's pretty good. Next combo is going to be Deskbot plus a Vernusylph. Doesn't matter if it's 3 or 2, both of them work. You just have to sequence things a little bit differently. For the 003, you would just start by normaling that, and then you would just get that from there. For this, you have to get this search. For this one, special 2, 2, search for 3, 2, search for 3, normal 3, 3, special 2, 2, add 1, right, I'm not, yeah, no, 2 add 7, 2 add 7, Ballista, probably should have made that with those 2, but it doesn't really matter, as long as you get one of those into the grave. Ballista, add box, box. If you start with 3, you just, instead of searching for this, you just go straight into Foolish Burial Bear. That's going to search for 001. Then this, discard 001, add Foolish Burial Bear, special 002, search for this scale, link into Genius, then do this, pitching the box, sending gear frame, and this is just because I opened one of these. If you don't open this, you just have to search this instead of 001, and then you just have to send 001 off of this, and just play this a little bit differently. All you miss out, you just have to miss out, you just miss out on this thing. You just have to make sure that you get all 4 of these off your searches. Then you scale 6 and 7, pending these 2 from the hand, triggering this. Or you could, I guess you could just send the gear frame anyways and then just revive like a 3 by using this to pop one of your scales. But don't need to do that when you have this in the grave. Because yeah, if you have room for another body, you can use 5 to pop 6? Yeah, use 5 to pop 6 to summon another body if you don't have your full bodies. You have to use that to go into that first because you can't make Epo with 2 of the same name. Regulus on the gear frame. You just have a bigger Appaloosa instead of the beast. Instead of the Nat Beast, you would just have a larger Appaloosa if you didn't open one of the pieces. But yeah, opening one of the pieces isn't bad, it just means you don't have to search it. So you can just search for something more useful. And yeah, same board as before, just with 1 less material on Epo. Next combo is going to be Bike or Wakaushi plus either this Vernusylph or the other Vernusylph? This one. Either of, what the fuck? Why did that happen? Either of these 2 Vernusylphs plus Bike or Wakaushi. So you start, as always, with Scale Wakaushi, And then special Wakaushi search for booster. Booster equip to Wakaushi. Special the booster. Then you go into Gigant X. If you are afraid of a hand trap here, you could search for, if you want to respect like hand traps, maybe nib as well, respect those, you could just search for 002 here. But the issue with that is if you don't get hand trapped, you have to have like a weird hand of an extra extender because you'll end up with too many bodies on board. So just for the regular combo, you'd want to add 003 because that gives you one less body, which you need because there aren't 6 main monster zones. That's going to search for 002. Which searches for the level 7 scale, which you will need to pen summon later. That's going to go these two into the Ballista. Ballista is going to search for Box, which searches for Deskbot 001, which you can then Misting Seedlings. Pitch 001, special, or add the other one, so this adds that, that adds this. Special 2 again, 2 is going to search for 5, then link into Genius, make sure you have to use that. You have to summon it back with this Vernusylph. Or no, what am I fucking talking about? This or this, you search for this one. Search for this guy, because you don't need that extra summon. You can't have that extra summon. So you have to search for this one. I made a mistake, but it's fine because I hard drew it. That's probably why I made the mistake. It's like, oh, I have it in my hand. But yeah, you do that, send the gear frame, special the Deskbot. Make sure you keep those zones free, of course. That adds the 5. And then you simply pend. Penned and penned. That's going to trigger this to search, and this is special. You could chain this here to pop this in order to play around and just chain block it. And these can also pop your opponent's back row, which is like cool. Yeah, this just play around Bell, I guess, because although you can just Bell Vernusylph, so I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. Whatever, it doesn't matter. This searches Regulus, of course. Then go Nova. You can also go into Burrito into Baron if you'd rather do that than Nova, but that takes up your tuner, so that means you can't go into other plays. Then Appaloosa, these 3. Boop. Big Appo. Regulus on the gear frame that you sent. Plop the gear frame right there. Gear frame specials itself, and then you can go into Nichiria Beast. Boom. This is just like worse at Emancipated Vernusylph, effectively. And that's kind of unbreakable board. Hard to play through. Basically, infinite spell negates, 2 Omni negates, 3 monster negates. Kind of hard to deal with that. Now I'm just going to show some, I guess, like tech combos that you can do for going second. Here with Wakaushi, I'll just show like some all of the different possibilities you can do with just the Wakaushi here without your normal summon. Obviously this hand sucks because I drew the box, but it is what it is. This can get you a lot. So here, you've got so many options. If you had gotten Max Seed or Dueled or something, you could just go into a Vernusylph in defense position. If you have full combo in hand, let's say you have a Vernusylph plus a Deskbot in hand, you can go into into Burrito, summon the level 2 turn, and just go into a Baron. If you need to negate something, you just drop a Genius here. If you for some reason need to search for a Pendulum, you could do this. You can go Gigant to search for any machine. If you want, you can also, you've got Baguska attack, make a Zeus. You got Gigant, you've got Genius to negate stuff. But there's one extra thing that I have to show, just with this one. chain block, which is cool. Another advantage in doing this is that you don't have to search for an extra Deskbot. You have an extra Deskbot because you don't need to search for the Deskbot high scale, because you have a high scale right there. That gets you that. So you can go to Baron here, but you can also go into Ballista or Sprite Elf. If you have a Deskbot 002 in the grave somehow that you need to revive, you go into Elf, revive it. Like if you discarded off of a Vernusylph and then it got negated. Say, well, if you activated Vernusylph, discard 002, and then they negated your Vernusylph. You can go into Elf, revive the 2, search for 3, normal 3, special 2, and go combo from there. The only thing is, if you have the Elf, you can't put Genius there, so you don't get your Regulus, which is fine. Like, that's just one, you're playing through an interruption, so they're -1 card anyways. You can go Baron for Insulation, going second. You can go for Baron, you can go for Elf, going second as well, depending on targeting, going second. Genius to negate stuff. Or you can make Ballista, search box. If for whatever reason you need to do that to get an extra search, you can do that off with the Beret. Now this is something you can do with, this is a perfect example of a hand like this where you don't really have any of the main combo starters. Like there's no, like look at this hand, you see problem, no access to 002 or 003. Well, that's not entirely true. Any combo of Vernusylphs, this Vernusylph or either the Searcher Vernusylphs plus any other Vernusylphs can get you there, because you just have to do this. It does go super minus, unfortunately, which is a little bit annoying how minus it goes, but it does the trick. It does the full combo. It's better if you can discard like an Earth Machine, because that gets you link material for stuff. But you would just have to do this. You do have to dump your entire hand, which is really unfortunate, especially if you opened one of these guys. But it's fine. You can still do some stuff off of it. You just do this. You gotta go very, very minus, which does suck. I mean, you get a draw card, which is cool. But that dumps the 2, summons the 2, 2 searches 3, and that gets you off to the races. You get to normal 3, 3 summon 2, and then you get to search for your stuff. 3 summon 2, 2 search for 5, and you have a scale 1 and a 10, I guess now, if you can search the 6, so you won't be able to pen summon as much, but you can still pen summon some. Ballista. And box. And 5. Scale. Then Genius. And that automatically gets you 2. So if you have the scales, you can just use that to search for 2 things, which you can then not pen both, because I forgot about that. I forgot about that stupid restriction, but it's still fine. You still get to pen 1 and end. Oh, that's cool. I guess you should add 3 for follow-up. This is where I guess it would be nice if you were playing IP Masquerade, but you don't need to. You just go Baguska and Appaloosa. Or if you're feeling a little silly, you can just make Elf. Untargetable Baguska is a bitch to out. And there you go, untargetable Baguska, just like that. You're just sitting on this, you got 3 in hand for follow-up. You can OTK super easy, no problem. And on your opponent's turn, I mean, yeah, I guess you would just have to remember something like this, because everything in defense position is negated anyways. But that's that. 2 Vernusylphs can get you a good amount of stuff. If I drew different cards, like if I didn't have the scale, I could have gotten the 2 scales and then gotten the 5 and gotten the 2/5 summon and gone into an infinity. But I had to discard one of my scales, so that was not an option.